Well, welcome to another episode of Tea and Coffee Hub. Steve, can I make a confession to you right now this week?
Sure.
Shit has just got in the way for me. Like all these obstacles came up in the last week, and it got me thinking, how many people have this? And I think you saw it. I posted it online when I finally got signal. I had my internet went down, and I'm a digital company. And I don't have one modem. I don't have two modems. I have three modems from three separate companies. So I have a backup upon. Yeah. My main one went down, and it turned out my second one has sort of connection, and my third one had not. And at one point, I had like a 1.3 download and a 0.16 upload speed, and all these obstacles came into my way. And I'm sharing this because you've had crap like that happen, where just things have happened that you couldn't control,
Right.
right? And I got to thinking because I was reading some comments in some groups from business groups, and every time, and I was being a bit, I was such a bit. It was, and what the hell are you doing about it? Why are you getting in your own way? Why are you stopping yourself? Everything was about how they couldn't do something for one reason or another. And I kind of had to give myself a reality gut check and go, "Hmm, I'm guilty. I've done it too." And you're my like sanity line at times when I do that. So I thought, let's talk about this. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the difference between an obstacle you can't control and the ones that you're doing to yourself that you're just screwing yourself over.
Yeah, because they
Like
are totally different.
they're totally different. I mean, have you ever screwed yourself over? Like,
Oh,
let's be real, let's be honest.
when haven't I? Yes. And it's always due to, that false reality appearing real.
Fear, yes, it happens all too often. Like, what was the biggest thing that you put in your own way?
Oh, and one of my businesses, even though it was struggling, I've always done it this way. It'll turn around.
Oh,
I
we've
don't
talked about
need
that bit
help.
before.
I don't need help. I know what I'm doing. So I actually put that wall right in front of me without realizing it.
Yeah, and it can even be simpler things too.
Yeah.
I, I'm gonna get it. Don't worry, I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone. I'm gonna get it. And before I realized it, this week, and I know we've both done this, and I found an AI. I'm in love with this AI. You can all find it. It's like by Google. It's Notebook LM. How many times have you known you have a file
No.
and you've sorted your file? My files are fairly organized. Your files are fairly organized. But there's a sentence or a paragraph in a file somewhere in the sea of files in one of the documents on one of the hard drives that you have to find. And how long does it take you to find it?
Oh, hours?
I've done the same thing as that. And the other one I did, I'm just, don't laugh at me. It took me 6 months into business to realize I should have a naming convention for my files.
Oh, yeah. And you know me, my files are, I name them. I'd rather take the second or two extra and name them, put them in the right folders. But even then, we're still entrepreneurs. Brain is going one way, reality is a different thing. And you put it in the wrong folder, wrong name, wrong month, wrong year, especially near the end of years, beginning of years, those shoulder months where everyone has to flip over the year, the calendar. Everyone screws it up.
Yeah, or you spell it wrong when you name it.
Oh, yeah. They,
But
they
I
never.
just really want to get, I want to get into this because, all right, guys, I know you're listening to this, and I know you're entrepreneurs. You're either starting in your business, you've been in business a few months, you may have been in a couple of years, or you're thinking, I want to have a business. I'm saying this with all the love and happiness and joy and motivation and encouragement in my life, you will be your biggest problem.
Yes. Hands down.
Sorry, with all the love in my life, you are going to be your own biggest problem. So I wanted to talk about it because it was just one of those things. So I want to hear from you. How do you determine when you're dealing with something? Because things happen, things fuck up, things go wrong. What is it you do to make sure, is it something that you can control, something you can't control, or something that you are creating? Because I think there's three things. You
Yeah.
can't control it, you can control it, or this is an obstacle of your own creation.
Yeah. I'll take your internet example because it happens to everybody. It's a very commonality. Internet goes down, it's how you're going to react to it. Now you can pick which one of those three. So you can't control the internet, your provider, it just happens. But could you get on the phone? Could you go through their chat? Could you do all these things? Absolutely. And how many people are thinking just all they do is complain about it instead of taking action and getting it fixed? So that's something you can control. Then you get the answer, okay, I can't come out until tomorrow to fix it.
4 days,
Now,
4 days.
yeah,
It was a Friday and I got it on a Wednesday. That's how long it took.
but see, now you have also which one? So you have the I can't control this. Then you have the next one, I can control it by calling and getting a repair person out. Then you have the other one, like, well, I can't do anything. And that's what majority of entrepreneurs do. They throw their hands up and make an excuse now. I can't do this because the internet's down. And I know
Mm.
this has happened to me. And what did I do? I said, I'm going to go to the library. And you laughed. And I said, they have internet service. And I went to the
Well, it's
library and I was back online in 15 minutes.
right. And you have that ability. And what most people
Right.
don't realize, because we haven't even talked, we've talked about it a little, because this is one of the things that pissed you off about me in the beginning, is I'm a mama of five kids.
Mhm.
Can you imagine me trying to put them all in the car, getting them to the
Exactly.
library, trying to work and make sure that they do not terrorize the entire staff?
Exactly. You got to
So,
look at your scenarios too. Absolutely. But there are ways to overcome it. And most entrepreneurs buy that like setback and then they create an
mhm,
excuse for it and live on the excuse.
yes, I did. I knew I couldn't do that. I knew it was so I went into my own research mode with some because I still get magazines delivered. I know I'm old school. I like the tech. I like the touch of paper magazines. Okay, it's just a few things, and I do get some business specific
Mhm.
physical magazines. So I grabbed a couple of them with a highlighter and I started to go through some stuff. And then I started to go through some papers that I'd already downloaded onto my tablet. Like these are like industry specific papers, case studies, research. And I was going through them to see, well, what can I do? What can't I do? And it was like, I need to record a couple of videos. Normally, I would record them using Zoom and then send them to my team to edit. I, where was the Zoom? But I have the whole Adobe suite. So guess what I cracked open today? The Adobe suite to do it. And I kind of also rearranged my office because some things were pissing me off. And I figured, well,
Yeah.
this is a good time to do that.
And you know me, I always have I call the B list. So
Mhm.
A list, things I have to do like on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And I go right through it. I always take like Brian Tracy says, eat the frog. So you do the most difficult, nasty thing first. All the rest are going to be easy. But I also have a B list. So when these kind of scenarios come up, I go to my B list. So I don't have internet access. But what can I do? Oh, you need to read these three articles and then learn about it and then try to figure out how to implement it in this one program. Great. I don't need to be on the internet or any of that stuff for that. It's pen and
Mhm.
paper time.
Yeah.
So I thought, those are the things I had to learn too, because when I first got my first coach, they go, "Well, I can see right through you." This is like our second meeting. They go, "I found your biggest problem." I'm like, "Wait, what is it?" And they go, "You." And I go, what?
Yes. And this has happened so often. And I say, I, okay, again, this is just me being transparent. I do a lot more with things like AI than most entrepreneurs,
Right.
to the point where I'm considered, I program, I have three different languages I can write it in. I have all the background API keys for most of I think I have the background API keys for nearly 1,000 different AI models. And I have a at-home based server. So do you think maybe I was playing with some of the things there to see what's coming up and how they're coding it? Because did I need to be online for that? No. Would I have done that if I wasn't offline? Not yet, because I had other things on my list that I felt were more of a priority. Did it give me a chance to play? Yes, it gave me a chance to have a little play, and that's okay. But this is where I really wanted to like be honest. What you may not realize, and I think we've mentioned this in a podcast before. What do we do once a week, every single week, me and you, that's not recording this call?
You know, we have
We have,
good.
no, I was gonna say, because I have the lyrics right here. This is how
Yeah.
you have yours. We have an accountability call. And what did I have to say to you this week? For the things that I'd set the previous
Oh, oh, I couldn't do it because my internet was down. So I think I said, so what
week.
were you able to get done with your internet down?
Yeah. And I gave you the list. So you went through the last one and said, oh, so you were going to do this. I said, well, my internet came up. So I have done like 60% of that, but it came up last night. And you were like, oh, you actually got that much of that done since your internet? Yes, I did. Because I knew it was on my accountability list. And I didn't want to be the one to go, I was your bad girl and didn't do my shit. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to let you down. And it wasn't letting you down. It was, I think it's the thing we don't talk about in accountability.
Mhm.
It's this mentality of who do you let down?
The only person you're really letting down is yourself.
Right. But it's so easy to say, oh, I let myself down. Okay, it was just me.
Yeah, no reason to beat yourself up. And that's where I think these obstacles, because people come up with those obstacles themselves, or it could be like internet down. But then they start beating themselves up, and now they have an excuse and become a victim. Where
Mm.
this is where you got to overcome that objection and move forward. But it doesn't always have to be straight. Move around the obstacle, over it,
But
under it.
there's the other side as well is if you've not got anyone else who's holding you to that,
Right,
well, I didn't get it done this week. My internet's back. I can get it done this week. But
right.
then something else comes up. But because no one's it's not even holding your hand. It's holding you to this line. Like, and it's not a line that they're put. You've never told me my life, ever.
Never.
Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. You have cut my line down and you've increased my line because you've told me when I've been playing too big and too small.
It's like, yeah,
So
I think so. Like on something you said, it's going to take me the whole week, and that you only did have only like three things. And I said, well, that one thing, and I know you're going to knock that out in 20 minutes. So
mhm,
where's the rest of your time going?
yeah. So it's like you've never told me what to do, but you've held me to the line, just like I hold you to the line.
Yeah, because you've called it out like, okay, I know that's going to take you're an expert in that area. It'll take you longer to log in than fix everything on that thing, and it'll take you 10 minutes to fix everything, and then you're going to be done. So
Yeah,
what's next?
right. I think this is where accountability comes in. We've just given you one example of an
Yeah,
obstacle that actually happened to me last week.
I think it's
What are
happened to
other?
everybody.
Oh, you should have. I am such a bad girl. I'm sorry. Some of the things that I said to the internet provider was not pretty. That's the frustration. I ended up just saying one of my team say, uh, the next time I speak to this person, I am going to end up yelling at them So I think it's best that you take over these calls. And I was like, and this is a business account. This is the business credentials. This is the business login. I am giving you permission to speak to this member of my team. This is who they are. This is the code. They have permission until this issue is resolved. And I handed off because I was saying like, where's your break? Are you even thinking? I was like getting mad. But what other that was one obstacle. What other obstacles are you seeing with entrepreneurs? Let's like shut some of them down right now and say, is it
Yeah.
out of their control, in their control, or something that they choose to make themselves?
I think one I see it quite a bit is if they're, they're out there selling, pitching, request for proposals, whatever it may be, and someone says the word no, and they shut down. They make all the excuses in the world. Now, no one wants my product. Nobody likes me. And it's false. What it is they didn't see the value that you were selling them and how it related to them. What's in it for me? They didn't see that. But you got to open your eyes going, wait a minute, that was a learning lesson. Did they say just no today? Because you know me, someone said no to me one time, a good account that I wanted. And I went back to them with a different approach because I learned a lesson, not take it as an obstacle. They said no again, and I went back a different way. Then they finally said yes. But most entrepreneurs shut it down.
Mhm.
And now they're not calling again. They're not reaching out. They just shut down.
Yeah. And I'm going to say there's another way to do this as well. And another
Mhm.
angle I want to bring up on this because I see this so often. I actually had a company try and do this to me. And then I told someone else, like, oh, yeah, it was like they just took me around back and tried to bend me over. Because it was our first time speaking. No, they did not ask me one question.
Yeah,
And immediately it was about how their business was the perfect business for me, how I needed them, what it was. But they didn't even have a clue what I did.
right.
They just knew I was a prominent business owner that was being featured by some prominent people. And that I've been in I've been in Journal magazine as someone to watch this year. And they didn't know. They only knew kind of what I showed on one profile. And it
Mhm.
wasn't even my social profiles. They went to my Google My Business, which is my worst social media profile. I'll own that. No question. And when I said no to them, they acted like I was the biggest loser in the world for saying no to them. And it was all my fault. That was an obstacle they made.
Right.
And I see a lot of businesses do that. They go straight into the pit. How many times have you been pitched straight away? Like your LinkedIn, Steve, let's joke about it. How many times do you get pitched on your LinkedIn a day?
I went through it today and I had 8 pitches. Right off the bat, I need this. We're going to do this for you. They didn't find out if I even need that service, and I don't.
Right.
So I actually now, you know me, I started this about 6, 8 months ago, a rebuttal. How to turn the spammers into my clients. And it's been shocking the results because everyone gets frustrated with spammers. We all do. A lot of email spam, direct messaging spam, all these things. So I have a message to turn the spammer into a client, telling them, well, your message sucks. Come right out at it.
Mhm.
And I've hit it head on. And it's amazing how many people come back like, thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting us know. Oh, what was that you? So I try to get them into a call, but they have to pay to be on that call
Mm.
because they're taking my time.
I want to ask you another question. So you brought up something beautiful here. I have spoken to, oh my God, at least several people in the last 6 months. And their biggest obstacle is the amount of work they're doing and not getting paid for
Oh, Lord. Yes.
it. So their response is kind of funny because I get a couple of responses. Well, they're gonna pay me once they see my work is valuable. I'm
False.
just trying. I'm just trying to be helpful. I know them. I know I can take care of them. I'm just trying to help them out.
These are
It,
obstacles.
they just gotta get around to it. They haven't figured it out yet. I mean, I know they will. I just have to send them another reminder.
Oh,
Oh, one of my favorite ones is I talked to someone who was they were in graphic design and they booked this client. This client was, I think it was like a $5,000-$6,000 job. And they were like, they were supposed to get paid on a net 30. And do you know what they sent them before they got paid?
cancellation?
No, no, no. They sent them all the products without any watermarks, flipping, or anything. And even though it wasn't in the contract, they also sent them all the raw work. And you know as well as I do, video and graphics, there's finished work,
Hmm.
process work, and raw work.
Right.
And there was videos involved in this. That net 30 expired, I think, 170 days ago now. Do you think they've still been paid?
No. Why?
Why?
Why does that company want to pay them? What's the reason?
They've got
I mean, they
offered
have
it.
none. I'm getting all this work for free.
So someone says, well, yeah, I'd love to hire you, but we work on a net 30. What did you say? Because this is a good obstacle that comes up a lot.
Yeah. You know me, I put in contract, God knows how many years ago. Here's my contract. Here's my agreement. Here's what I will do. Here's what you will do. My agreements are straightforward. And if someone goes, well, if they don't pay in the net 30, guess what? I still have everything. I have all the
Mhm.
deliverables. But
I've
they
done it
usually
before.
pay
You
me
pay.
ahead of time. That's usually how I work because I have to put the time and the effort and maybe
And
hard
that's what I do.
costs in.
And what I've done is they go, well, my accounting department won't let me go past the net 30. I says, oh,
Right.
fantastic. So what we'll do is I'm going to send you the invoice and the contract today. Sign the contract. And then once the invoice is paid in the net 30, we will have an onboarding call in
Yeah.
31 days.
That's
And
usually
once we
how.
have that onboarding call, I'm still working with that net 30. They're just not getting any work
Right.
in that 30 days because it's not working.
It's
But
true.
being paid, is that an obstacle that they can't help? Something that they can do something about it, or something that they're self-creating?
Two and three. Something they can do about and something they created. And I mean, I hear it from business owners all the time. So and so owes me money. I mean, I went in and turned around a business. First thing I ran their financials because they didn't know how to read them. And I'm like, okay, you have a $750,000 in accounts receivable. What the hell? Meanwhile, you're
Hmm.
bleeding money and working for free.
Yeah.
So that was the
And
easiest hit to clean up.
I think the biggest problem here is that people don't know what it is that they are creating themselves and what they can avoid. Because every excuse, when it pops up, this is human emotion, this is human psychology. Your first thought is, oh my gosh, what happened that made this happen? Not what did I do or how did I do this, is what happened to make this happen. Is there an easy breakdown way to separate the can't do it, can do it, my fault?
Yeah, and this is where I've always sought out. I've always had a coach or someone with me, and I've asked those questions. They go, okay, they would ask me that. Okay, can you control the scenario? No, it's the internet went down. I have to wait for a technician. This is above my level of expertise. They have to come out and play around. Okay, what can you do while you're waiting on the technician to go around this? Oh, I can do this, 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 this. Great. Then, okay, now what's the plan to execute that? So now you can get around that obstacle, whereas most business owners, entrepreneurs, they are like, oh, internet's down, I'm done, I'm gonna take an early day.
Yeah. Today's the day I get to go and chill out because the internet's down. Now, there are times you can do that.
Yes.
If you set your frameworks, if you have your systems, if you have the
Yeah.
if you have nothing that is due at that point, Take the break. Have the.
Right.
I'm telling you, 95% of you are not in that place.
No, last time my internet went down, that's just my internet. The internet in the globe is still live.
Hmm.
I have the systems and processes to still do business on the global World Wide Web. Guess what, folks? I'm still doing business, but I can't see it right now.
Hmm.
My internet came on. All of a sudden, I'm getting flooded with emails and everything, but I still got to do business even though I was offline.
Yeah. And I'm going to give you the best piece of advice that I've ever been given about this before you decide whether it's not my fault, something I can do about it is something happens, it's like it's all blowing up in your face. I want you to stand up, walk away. I don't care if you go and do a 10-minute run on a treadmill, go get a drink of water, go stand outside and put your feet in the grass for 10 minutes, go stick your head in the, the list is endless, right?
Wait, walk away.
Take, walk away for 10 minutes because that 10 minutes will give you the clarity of can I control it? Can I do something else or something about it? Or did I bring this on myself? What is something that you have had other than internet? Because we both use the internet. I want to have a second example of something you can't control
Can't
because I
control.
think people cannot control it. It happens to your business. There's
Oh,
nothing you can do about it, and you
I've had key employees just leave or disappear. One of my best employees in one of my businesses, rock star, just literally disappeared. Went to his house, everything. He was gone, gone, gone. Found out a month later, well, he was an ex-alcoholic, got back on the wagon and never made it back home.
oh my
So
God.
he actually put a big hit in our business because he was such a vital employee. So first I'm worried about him, but I have to move the business on. So I immediately, within 2 hours after trying to find him, made a plan how to overcome this, talked to the other employees. We worked schedules. We talked through who's going to do what. We had a plan in place immediately. Now I can really focus on going trying to find him.
Yeah,
But it did hurt our business for a long time.
yeah, things like that happen. But the question I'd ask you at this time, and you're already at this point. I don't know where in your journey this happened. Did you have a hiring framework, a transition framework? Did you have systems in place that someone could come in and pick up where he was at? Was that
We
already in place in your business?
We developed it right then in the spot within that week because we did not have it, and that was a hole in the business that we all realized. And luckily, I had great employees that we all worked on it together and put it on paper and made it an operating procedure. So if this would ever happen
Oh,
again to anyone, we were all cross-trained on each other's things. We all had our own specialties, but we all cross-trained on each other. So if someone got sick, say you worked for me and you had COVID for 2 weeks, guess what? Any one of us could go, I got these days, you got these days, and we all knew what to do. No one blinked.
oh, the podcast, this what we're doing right now, this recording this
Yeah.
podcast, this is a framework. What you may not realize, because ever since we launched at the end of September, we have not missed a week of posting, have we?
No. Consistency rules.
Had consistent. Have we recorded every single week?
Almost.
But what do we do when we sit down and record? Two episodes.
We do, yeah,
We do, we
because
do two episodes.
we want to take some time off, folks. Come on. But we knew this going in, like, okay, holidays, vacations, conferences, or you know what, under the weather. We actually had a plan in place that we want to get so many. And when I launched one of my podcasts, I wouldn't launch it until I hit 50 episodes edited in the can and scheduled. Then when I hit it, I pulled the trigger Now that got me a year's worth of podcasts. And now I kept adding on. So I'm always about 4 or 5 months in advance
Yeah.
because
These
stuff
are things.
happens.
Stuff I think, and it just popped into my head. And I think me and you, between all the volunteer work and the mentorship work and the small business work where we've given free time to a lot of small business owners, I'm going to tell you, if you have not heard this at least 50% of the time, you're probably lying to me. But what about so and so who's just started doing the same thing? Or they just took my idea, or they're now opening the coffee shop across the street, or some variation of I'm doing this and now someone else is doing it. And that's why I can't win.
God, I don't
How
have
does
that.
that fall on the can't control, do something about it?
Mhm.
It's your own obstacle. So I think that hits all three at once.
It does. And I mean, I've been down that road. I had a national competitor across the street when I had a custom picture frame shop. I don't have their multi-million, billion-dollar marketing budget. I had like 2 grand a year. I'm not going to play in that field, but I found a weakness in them because I didn't go, woe is me. They're going to kill me on marketing. They're going to kill me on advertising. I found a way to hit more of the local flair and to be unique and different to show them how I'm more different and more community oriented than this national chain. So I had to overcome that obstacle instead of go, woe is me. And I've had other shops around me go, how do you compete with them across the street? And I go, very well, thank you. I actually need them there.
So it's something you can't do anything about. If a competitor
Couldn't
opens
do it.
across the street, there's nothing you can do about them being there. They're
Nope.
going to be there. End of story. They're a competitor. Guess what? You didn't do that. How you react to it,
Find out the
that's on you.
uniqueness between that person and my business. And that's what I would recommend to people. What makes you different than them? Well, we do it like this. We do it like, where does it say that? How are you promoting that? You're not, that's how you're going to overcome this objection. So
Mhm.
when people will come
Yeah.
up to you and go, well, why should I choose you over that person across the street? You need to be armed and ready. Whereas I think most entrepreneurs go, woe is me, there goes my business.
Yes. And you turn it into this own thing and you make this huge deal out of it.
Mhm.
So I'm in social media. How many social media people are out there?
1 gazillion.
Am I worried?
No.
Nope. So a lot of the things you put into place, your own doing,
Yeah.
honestly. I can't do I can't do a TikTok. Oh, okay, guess what? There's 1,001 YouTube videos or Google videos or TikTok videos that teach you how. There's your solution. I don't know how to do my finances. There's 1,001 Google, YouTube, and there's a lot of bookkeepers that are not very expensive and have a lot of the credentials.
I'm going to use something we heard not that long ago in one of the groups that we were in. Someone goes, well, I'm thinking about writing a book, but there's so many books out there, so it's not worth my time. It's like, folks, do you realize how many new books come out a year? It's in the hundreds of thousands.
Oh my gosh. Okay, people are going to crucify me for some no hate. Okay, you can hate me on this. I joke because everyone's going on about there's a wizarding book series. The books went crazy, got turned into movies. This whole branding deals. And there's a lot to do with this. There's even a Broadway show from it, right? So unique and fantastic. Let me see. There was another movie, I think that started in the 70s, where a young orphan boy lost his parents, had to go live with his aunt and uncle. Then a strange man came and got him and told him he had magical powers and had to take him to this place to train him, where a very elderly person who's in the same thing really took him under his wings and taught him a lot of things on how to do it. But there was this super bad guy that was out to get them that had some really personal connection with that boy. Do you know which two sets of things I'm talking about here?
I know the one. I'm trying to think of the other.
Star Wars and Harry Potter. They and you have the girl sidekick that you think there should be a love interest between them, but they're more like brother and sister. And then you have the quirky, crazy, like weirdo guy that you're like, well, he's not that smart, but he ends up with a quirky girl. It's all there. So if you think you need to have a book that's so unique and different, all books can be traced back to a different book if you
That's
take it
it.
at such a high level.
But I think a lot of entrepreneurs are putting that their own obstacle in their way, and they're not getting like that accountability, that mentorship, coaching, whatever you want to have, or just someone to go cut the crap, just do it. How are
Hmm.
you going to do it? When are you going to do it? And I think entrepreneurs, they do need to hear that because all entrepreneurs are the same. I'm the same way too. It's like, well, woe is me. A new business opened up near me that does almost exactly what I do. Oh, woe is me. Or are you going to put your foot on the gas and really, make yourself stand out?
And there's a difference between coaching, mentorship, and accountability.
Absolutely. That's why I used all three because they're all different.
Yeah. And coaching, that's where you get someone to teach you. Mentorship, they tend to walk with you and guide you and
Mhm.
show by example and do other things. I think in my experience, accountability, I paid thousands of dollars for coaching and mentorship. Thousands. The one of those three that had the biggest impact on my business growth was actually the least expensive. When I first did it, I think I was paying like $300 a month for it, roughly. And I got one session a month with a group. And that was the accountability. That 10x my business so fast.
Absolutely. I know been doing accountability groups for God knows how long, and it's amazing. You learn a lot. It's different than a mastermind. It's different than having a coach. A coach is going to make you think different. They have a set of toolbox. They're going to let you use it. A mentor, yeah, they are walking with you, showing, guiding, right hand in hand. But the accountability, it's 100%. It's you saying what your goals are out loud, and others are like holding you to what your goals are, not what they want. And then they would just
Mhm.
ask, "Oh, you also mentioned this. What happened there?" So you can't run
Yeah.
and hide away from something you didn't do. And I know when we first started talking about accountability groups, I used to joke with her and go, it was amazing how many people did all their stuff Thursday night, right before the meeting on Friday mornings. But I said, that's okay. And here's why. They still all got it 100% done. It was their goals. They're moving their business forward. They took it seriously enough. I don't care if they did it the night before.
Mhm.
It worked, and
Me.
they kept admitting it. I did it all last night. I didn't realize it didn't take me as long as I thought. That was
Mhm.
how to overcome an objection that they put in their own head of one of their own goals to move their business forward.
And on the opposite side, the people I've seen in accountability groups, they're like, well, I know I was supposed to do this, but I did this instead.
There are things that do come up outside of our control.
Right.
There are. And we all understand that. So it could be like, okay, let's say your internet didn't come back up and you went into the
Right.
accountability group. My internet didn't come up. Here's what I did to try to overcome that. It didn't happen. So I did these three things that were still on my to-do list that I haven't announced here. And now my internet's coming up today, and I'm going to use everything I had to do for the internet. That's my goals for next week. But look how much I did already this week. It was amazing.
Right. Right. And I think the other reason why people need a good accountability group, and this is what makes us stand out, because I've noticed I don't even want to count. I've been in tons of accountability groups, but the ones where we've led it, everyone has said to us that we do something very, very different. than all the other groups.
I think we do
We
compared
don't,
to a lot of groups.
yeah. Because every other group I've been in, it doesn't matter what I said in that group that I was going to get done.
Mhm.
No one asked me if it was a valid activity in other groups. Like some of my first ones, well, I don't have a website, so I'm going to build my entire website. I have this plan for 8 pages. I'm going to have it all built and all the graphics and all the SEOs, and I'm going to write 5 blog posts to put on it and all the graphics for those blog posts. And they go, okay, website with this many pages. Yeah. Okay, so next week you'll report on that. You had to rebuild your website, and you have to be. And it's like, so how many pages of the website?
Yeah. I said I can get to 3 pages this week, and here are those 3 pages. Boom. Done. Next
Right.
week, here are the 3 pages, and here done. Next week I got 2 more pages to go. Then I'm adding this. Done. It was
Yeah.
in bite-sized pieces that were realistic, and I knew I can do without stressing out in my timeline of all the other things I have going on in that week. But I got it done. If I was not in an accountability group, I'll get to it.
Hmm. But other accountability groups, they don't question whether or not it's a realistic
Right.
goal.
How's
They
this
also,
moving your business forward?
that was the next thing to say, because I've been in somewhere I've been like, well, this week I have to prepare for a thing, so I have to go shopping for some outfits, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. And they're like, okay, so those are your goals for this week. How did that move my business forward? What did that do for me?
You just created a task list.
Yeah. So I guess what we're trying to say is if you're an entrepreneur and you actually want to take your business serious, you're tired of excuses, you're tired of things happening and you're not sure if it's your fault, someone else's fault, something you can't do about it, or you're putting the opposite foot. You need an accountability group. But you need an accountability group that's not just a checklist. Because if it's just a checklist,
You're also
it's
going to
just not
find
going to work.
excuses. You're also going to find
Yeah.
excuses. If it's a checklist, it's, oh, I got to go grocery shopping. We don't talk about that stuff in the accountability group. That's beautiful. Okay, you're planning an event. Great. What are your steps? What are you working on this week to make that event happen?
Mhm.
Because it's not going to happen in 2 seconds. It's going to put some effort, but it's moving your business forward. The question we usually hear, and we've heard this, I'm going to do this big event. And you and I both at the same time, like, what's the event for and what are the outcomes for your business? And
Right.
everyone, whoa, wait a minute. Well, why are you doing an event if you don't know what you want to get out of it for your business?
Uh, well, I have to put a summit on. Someone told me I had to do a summit for my business. Awesome. Summits for your business are fantastic. What's your summit going to be about? How are you going to structure it? How many speakers do you want? How are you going to advertise for the speakers? What are the requirements? And then you start looking at you with like this glazed look in their eyes, and it's like,
Because they heard something, it's going to take away from doing something in their business. So that is really a hidden objection in your own business. You're getting busy work to avoid what you should be doing in your business.
right. And then these things, good things, are events good, or summits? Yeah, they're good things if you know why you need to do them for your business. So, with how we structure accountability, we have to know that your accountability actions have to actually do something with your business. It can't be fluff. It can't be la 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 checklist. And we will question your accountability action. Like, is this a good thing for you to put on your list? Why?
Yeah. And how many times we heard someone goes, I need to set up a drip campaign. Okay, what's the purpose of the drip campaign? Well, that's what everyone says I should do. Well, we're not everyone. So what's the purpose of the drip campaign? Because you're going to be putting time and effort and maybe money into it. Once again, these are kind of your objections for avoiding something else. It should have a purpose. And that's why our accountability group is, okay, let's get down to things to move your business forward.
Yeah.
And it's on your goals. All we're doing is asking to make sure, are you going to your end goal? Are you moving your business forward? And that's the point of the accountability group. We've heard it from people who've been in them. Oh my God, I've moved my business faster. I got more done this year for my business than I ever have in, how many years because I kept to my goals of getting things accomplished.
And you didn't let me sidetrack.
No, well, I didn't get
So
to this. Well, how are you going to overcome it to do it next week, by next week? Stuff happens. We get it.
yeah, you get it. Life happens. So if any of this is just like resonating with you, like going, oh crap, I do that. I have things pop up. And you need someone that's going to hold your, not necessarily hold your hand, but hold you to the line.
Mhm.
That's the difference. We're not here to hold your hand on this, but we are here to hold you to a line that you are responsible for putting the mark down. We're not drawing a line for you. You're drawing the line. We're going to ask you, did you step to that line or not? That's the difference.
And this will help you running your own business to overcome obstacles.
So I'm going to make sure the link to the accountability groups in the show notes because you need to do this if you're serious about your business,
Mhm.
especially. I think I argued with you a little bit on the price, and I see. So I was saying that we're being too cheap. We're too underpriced. What did you put
Yes,
it at again? Because I was like, dude.
I think we did an introductory offer.
Hmm.
I want to say it's 47. Oh, 97.
97.
Because, yeah, wanted it a little higher. That's what most accountability groups go for, but we offer a lot of value. Yeah, the introductory was 97.
And $97. $97 a month. You're gonna make movement on your business. You're gonna make group. You're gonna make it happen, and you're gonna see within just a couple of months how quickly you're shifting.
Yeah, we meet a couple
And
times a month. It's good. You're gonna think, wait, 2 times a month? Trust us. You're gonna need a little time to accomplish things because stuff will happen. But we're here for your to support you and your goals, not for our goals.
yeah, and this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna like and subscribe to this podcast. Obviously, you're gonna go and sign up for the accountability group because you're ready to take action. But in the comments, I want to know what was your biggest obstacle you've ever faced in your business? Because I bet there's some doozy.
Oh, I'm sure there are none. Should tell them how to sign up for the accountability group too.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'll let you do that one, Steve.
It's all on our website, teaandcoffeehub.com. That's the easiest place. There's a quick little form because we want to know a little bit about you. Believe it or not, Karen and I don't let everyone in. And that was another thing that separated us from many other accountability groups. They let everyone in because they just wanted the money. We're here to help you and move your business forward for your goals. So we're taking it serious. If you're serious, we're with you.
And I'll put the link directly to that form when we upload this podcast to our website. Because you know what? You actually need someone to hold you accountable that actually gives a crap about whether you succeed or not.
So, so overcome those objections. Is it external, internal? Is it something you fantasized about and created yourself?
Oh God, yeah, those ones are the worst. Like people have, yeah, no, we're not going there. That'll be a whole nother conversation because the Delulus are the Delulus. But make sure you like, subscribe, and sign up for the accountability group because it's about time you moved your business from where it is now to where you want it to. And honest and truthfully, the only way you're going to have that is if someone external to you is holding you to the lines that you need to set for yourself.
And there's no need to wait for any like timeline milestones. The best time to start is always now.
You don't have to have your business at any particular point or anything. You can be like, I want to launch my business in 2026. Also, join. We'll help you with those accountability steps to launch and launch right.
Yep.
So I think we've brought up plenty of clarity this week
Yep.
because there's so much around this. So until next week's episode, see me as saying goodbye and see you on the other side.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Tea and Coffee Hub podcast today. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and it left you inspired, equipped, and ready to take your next step, whether that's in life, business, or maybe both.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes, and connect with us online and in person. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time,
Keep sipping,
keep growing,
take action,
and stop making excuses.